All right, Shawn, you just took the test. How did it go, man?
I did the online. I didn't go into a test center, so I was a little bit nervous how that was going to go, but it was seamless. They really wasn't a lot of delay. They got the test started really quick. That was one of the things I was worried about. I might be sitting around waiting. That didn't happen at all. Worked really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
And you passed. That's pretty sweet.
pass. Yeah, yeah.
That's the most important part. All right, so dude, everybody's got a little story. Kind of talk me through your little, accelerator story for how it went for you. How did the accelerator help you? What was the process like for you, man?
Yeah, I mean, for me, this is something I had wanted to start doing years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago. We started having kids and things, and you kind of get busy and priorities change. And I think at the time, I really wasn't serious enough, like you need to be, to really
Yeah.
take this. I think that's one thing I learned early on is if you're not fully committed to the content and learning it, and not just learning it, but like using it, living it, making it your part of your daily work life, don't even start. You're just not going to grasp it.
Right.
And I don't think I was quite there yet, but now a few years, a little bit wiser, I see the value of it. And I mean, I use it every day now and with what I do with my work. So
That's
um,
awesome, dude. And I love what you said about like if you're not really committed to like kind of bringing it in and making it your own, then it's not going to touch base. Like so, as you started to do that this time, what was it like? Like, how did you go about getting it? How did you take that? Where I got the pin box on my desk all the time. How did it go from like just regular old pin box stuff to like feeling like you owned it and you understood it? How's that?
yeah, yeah. So I'll be honest, I did not, I don't own a copy of the PMBOK. I didn't crack a page on the PMBOK. I didn't open any books. I only used the 7-day Accelerator, your program. And I also went through the other exercises and the videos and the other package that you offer. But that's the only thing I used. When I was nervous about, going through an online type learning system because I thought it might not be engaging enough. I was afraid I might lose interest. That wasn't the case at all with your videos and the content. The Wednesday night calls. It felt like more of a traditional type class setting, which I felt I needed more of. So yeah, that's kind of how I went about it. And then it just going through the videos and just using the data dump. If something didn't make sense, if I wasn't grasping it after the quizzes, just going back, spending time on it, researching it, and just following up on those things that you don't grasp.
That's awesome, dude. So like going, that's awesome that never opened the pin box, never did any of that stuff. Pretty crazy. So when you were studying and learning and stuff, like when you walked in, did you feel prepared? How did it go? Like, what were you feeling like?
Yeah, I felt really good coming into the test today. Like I say, I I had a little bit different. My time frame for getting the PMP was I just wanted to get it done this year. Okay,
Yeah.
I know some folks have a shorter time frame than that. So, and I probably took longer than most. I mean, I think I started the program like early July, but
True.
again, my goal was to just get it done this year. So I took my time. Again, having other commitments with my time with family and things. I spent most of my time studying like on Saturdays. I just committed to like Saturday mornings, I was going to work on it. Wednesday nights, I'd be on the call. And then as I got closer to the test, I started trying to schedule some more time in the evenings to spend an hour or two just going through things. It's kind of how I went about it.
That's cool. And what do you think? Like, what you mentioned a couple things, like videos. You mentioned like coaching calls. Like, what made the biggest impact for you? Like, that started to connect. Like, what kind of things made an impact for you?
Yeah, your video about the critical flows,
Mhm.
how especially how work, the data is created, it's analyzed in your monitor control, it rolls back up to communicate, or rolls up to
Mhm.
direct managed work, then down back to communication. Just those critical flows in that video were like really eye-opening, kind of like aha moments, and of course, I mean, I know a lot of people, the PM1 view, I use that a lot too.
Right.
Just going in and digging into some of these terms and get how do they talk to the other term, so I use that quite a bit too.
That's cool. And the coaching calls and stuff. What was your interaction with the coaching call? How'd you like it? Like, what was the experience like? Talk me through that if you don't mind.
I ended up not getting on any coaching calls.
Okay.
I just did the Wednesday calls and I did the
Yeah.
from the software.
Yeah. Okay. So on the ones with me, right? Like, yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. All right, cool. And so like, as you went through the exam, like what was the focus of the exam? Like, were you managing your time well? What was it like? Anything learned from that?
Yeah, so I had thought, when I'd taken, like, the 200 question practice exams and things, I was getting them done like 3 hours, a little over 3 hours. So I felt really good going into the test. But as it was going this morning, I was kind of watching the clock. I was not going nearly as fast.
Right.
So I was a little bit nervous when it was break time. I think about question 85 or 90, you get the 10-minute break.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit cognizant of that and just being aware that, okay, when I come back, I need to, at least for the initial 20, 30 questions, don't spend a ton of time. If you don't think you have it, flag it, keep moving, get some momentum going, and then drop back. So,
Cool.
yeah.
That's awesome, dude. So now that you've gone through this experience, like, do you look at project management any differently? Like, are you bringing different skills to it? How's it going for you?
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely using it. Yeah, it kind of depends, I guess, a lot of times on the company you work for too, but some of the terms and some of the logic, the decisions that leadership or PMO offices make, they make a lot more sense now. The lingo, I'm using the lingo. And it's really just changing the structure, how I, address problems and how I document
Nice.
issues and those sorts of things. I'm really trying to pull that into what I do every day. And it's good stuff.
That's cool, man. That's cool. And so now that you've gone through like the process of studying and preparing while you're managing a family and all this stuff and work, is there anything when you like the next you down the line that you would advise them to like, hey, do this, don't do this? Like, what are some of the, like the takeaways that you kind of think are important?
Yeah, I mean, for me, for someone that's interested in doing this, I mean, you're going to have to commit time to it. And I know you say this a lot in your videos and things. If you think that you can memorize this, if you think you can just, you're trying to take a boot camp or something like that. I mean, I suppose some folks are wired that way and they can retain knowledge that way, but it's really not, odds are you're not going to be successful. You need to be able to commit time to this and really learn it and live it. And that way, when it is time to take the exam, it's not like it's just a brain dump of all the stuff you had to memorize the night before. Like if you're doing it, if you're living it, then it's not stressful going into the test because you understand the content.
Yeah, that's totally right, dude. Like, cause it becomes like a lot of these conversations that I have with students, like during the study and after, they almost don't even feel like we're talking about the PMP. It feels like we're just talking about project management and solving problems and stuff. Like, yeah. And so that's what I kind of like about it. And you were always there and, good insights and help. So I'm glad it worked for you. You are let me check the little database thingy. You are number 132 of the Accelerator. So congratulations.
Cool.
And I'm excited to see what your actual super results are. I'm sure they're great. And that is really cool, man. So really, really appreciate your time. You did amazing. If there's any other way that we can help you out, we'd love to do it. And yeah, just wanted to check in with you, man. So good job.
Absolutely. Thank you for everything. Thanks for your program. It was excellent.
All right. Awesome, dude. Talk to you later. See you, man.
See you.
Yeah.